It's like a transvestite. Because from a distance, you like, what
let's
do we
go.
have? Yeah. And then you take a bite and you're like, is that dick? What is that? You know, so I don't know.
I've been coughing nonstop.
Yeah?
Can't stop coughing. It's like a little tickle, like there's a small little man in the back of my throat.
It's all the booze getting out of your system.
I think the booze got to be out by now. It's like
what
2 weeks. What I'm getting at is this. Would you guys want to start with a voice exercise today?
Not really.
I didn't want to either. I was just asking if you guys wanted to.
Yeah. I was kind of,
But anyways.
Welcome back to Impulsive, the #1 podcast in the world. Thank you guys for listening, watching, viewing, subscribing. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button for me. We're the #1 podcast in the world. You'd be missing out if you didn't hit that button for me. We do an extended audio Q&A with the guests after the visual is done. What's up, boys? I'm asexual. I'm just going to say it. I'll dive right in.
You're pregnant?
No, I'm not, what?
Are you pregnant?
That's not what that means.
No, yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
I think it
Asexual
is.
means, I'm pretty sure.
Or is that where you like guys? Or is that when you like guys and girls?
No. That's pros. I don't know.
Prosexual.
Bro, asexual. This has happened to me once in my life before. And I don't know if it's like something I should be like shy about and maybe not just say on the #1 podcast in the world. But when I was about 21 years old, for a 6-month period, George Janko and Mark Donor, my best friends, they were like, yo, you aren't into girls and you aren't into guys. You're asexual. Like, we don't think you have any sexual preferences or tendencies for anything. And I sort of feel it happening now where, dude, my libido is so low. I have no desire to have sex, dude. I swear to God, I think the London Ibiza London bender just flushed it out of my system. And maybe because I'm sober now too, by the way, day like 10 of sobriety.
How are you guys feeling?
I'm
honestly?
feeling good, bro. And by the way, just quick note on it.
You guys look like legit. There's
glowing,
smiles
bro.
emitting from your bodies.
Oh, maybe that's the Invisalign.
I will come out and say this, dude. I'm on the exact opposite side of the spectrum. Dude, it's the only thing I care about, bro. I can't stop fucking, dude. I've been just in the fucking zone for like 6 days now. I told you I'm on like 22 nuts in the past fucking 4 days.
He said his dick is on standby.
Because standby. Because no antidepressants. That thing was just sucking the libido right out of me. The booze was putting me into a deep, dark hole.
So you guys found you found your mojo,
dude.
I lost
the
my
mojo.
But here's why.
Did you go back in time and steal his mojo from a cryogenic frozen chamber?
I have another quick.
Wait, let me know.
Yeah,
I just wanted to have another quick first.
Get it.
It's your
Here's what I want to say about being asexual. It's I can't decide if it's good or bad. I think it's good because like my productivity has risen and my relationships with people, specifically girls, are no longer driven by the desire to have sexual intercourse with them, which I think is good. Like when I speak, I make sure I'm speaking to provide the person I'm talking to the utmost value that I can in their lives. And when I'm receiving energy from people and just like hearing and listening to them talk, I make sure that like this is going to be a conversation that's helping my life.
Isn't kind of the purpose of asexual to not see things as good or bad partially?
I'm gonna look
so you're trying to like label it.
Asexual.
I'm gonna give you another
without sexual feelings or associations. Like, bro, like when I talk to a girl, literally 2 weeks ago, when I was talking to a girl that I thought was like cute or whatever, like I'd have like an agenda. Let's be honest.
Boner.
Like, I'd have a boner.
Yeah, that's
a
what it's
boner
called.
agenda. And now it's like I'm speaking to everyone the same: male, female, dog, cat, rat.
This is good.
Can I throw
Man.
another
I really
word out?
like where this is going.
Yeah.
Can I throw another word out at you?
I love
sapiosexual.
Ooh, can I define?
Pull it up
sapiens?
because I think you may have become a sapiosexual.
Define sapiosexual. Sapiosexual. Finding intelligent, sexually attractive, or arousing. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, but would that transfer a meaning like you'd want to eventually have sex with them?
Yes, it does.
See, I don't even get there, bro.
That's
like
because you've been hanging out with a bunch of idiots, bro. That's the real reason. All right, maybe it's not true, but you will say sometimes I'll be like, "Yo, don't you think she's hot?" Like, and you always say to me, "Well, she's pretty, of course, and she's got sexual appeal, but most of all, she's extremely talented." You're turned on by talent, dude. You just are. You're an Ohio boy that's just turned on by talent.
I love talent, bro.
which is great.
Well, we're in Hollywood. There's a lot of talented people.
Yeah.
There's a lot
I've
of talented
always,
people.
dude, I'm telling you, I've always seen you as the 50-year-old meditating in the mountains. You guys doubted it. I see the path. It's unfolding.
Yeah, man, I still don't see it.
It's unfolding, bro. You're just going to be a wizard.
Z, bro.
I'm telling you. I'm 50 years ahead of you.
Nah,
You just don't even see it yet.
I'm just grinding.
You don't even
literally
see it yet.
cannot.
I'm going to bed at midnight. I'm sleeping 9 hours a day. It's all good.
Yeah, soon you're going to be levitating in a mountain in the Himalayas. I
On
promise. you.
ayahuasca.
Like my ability to put up with like obnoxious girls because of my boner agenda used
Yeah.
to be high, dude.
Yeah. Dude,
And
the boner misleads you.
And now I'm out, bro. I'll leave if I'm not in a situation. I'm like, yo, like I'm gaining nothing from this.
You're
like,
thinking with your
mentally-
big head.
Hashtag,
You're thinking with
I'm
your
thinking
big
with
head.
my big old
for
brain.
once in your fucking life.
Hashtag dethrone the boner.
Ah,
I don't know.
Debone the throner.
Debone the
Please,
throner.
please make that hashtag trend. I don't know how you're gonna fucking do
Debone
it, but if you can make dethrone the boner trend, we'll bring you on Impulsive. I'm not even fucking kidding because you're a social media maven.
hey. Dude, you were gonna say something before the show, and we kind of got sidetracked.
Yeah, had a night. What, the horror story with the DM?
No, the DM. Yeah,
Yeah,
the
it's
DM.
been fucking a nightmare, dude. I
was
talked
go-
about
I
it
was
on
gonna-
the night shift.
Yeah.
It fucking, there's a girl that everyone on this show and the night shift know I have a huge digital crush on. She's just in another level above all the other girls that I love in this world. And I finally saw an opportunity to shoot my shot this past weekend. I shot at the UFC fight. There was so much going on. And I fucking shot when there was too much defense still. Like Dikembe Mutombo was still standing there with his hands in the air. I was waiting from,
You just got swatted.
no, not in my house. And I just shot it up, dude. And it was the worst shot. It was almost like an over the head, like behind the back.
The art of DM and texting is a finesse, dude. Like, and by the way, I'm gonna pat myself in the back here. I'm a sick texter,
He's
dude.
good
Like
at it. He's good.
I'm on Google Images. I'm finding stuff. I'm sending voice memos. I'm doing the animojis, GIFs, everything, bro. I'm creative. I'm witty. I'm quick, bro.
Yeah.
Like I'll spend 10 minutes concocting the perfect text,
Okay.
just to make a girl laugh and smile. You fell into the trap.
Easy.
You got trapped.
Easy. I am a 99% shooter.
Well, you panicked 'cause the clout.
because the clout was one, and I people know by now.
It's
I'm not
Julia.
gonna
Her name is Julia Rose.
It's Julia Rose. All right, get it fucking right.
Sorry.
Okay, show some respect.
Okay, so how did you get swatted?
Because I
let's cut
said
to the
some
chase.
dumb shit that was too long-winded. I'm usually very playful and, by the way, dismissive and just chill about the whole situation. And I fucking shot a shot that was contested. It got swatted away like a fucking fly in Chef Katie's kitchen. And Logan went even one step further and convinced me to fucking delete it, bro.
It was whack as fuck, bro. Like
Was it like
He was
I
like
know
ashamed.
her- was it
He
asking-
was like ashamed of me
I was
on
on
it, dude.
send messages all day. And by the way, I'm on that wave. I'm terrified. I'm terrified for when I have a true blow up in like 2 years, and then girls are gonna screenshot DMs that I've sent them that like they left me on scene. They're gonna be like, look when Logan
this is
Paul
a
was.
segue.
I don't know. I
This
think
is
you've
a
got
segue.
so many out there that it might be respected.
This is an incredible segue,
Could
but
be
let me
respected.
put one pin in it before. I have stared the shit back to course. We're working on it avidly. He's showing me no fucking faith whatsoever. I got it. Relax. Can you tell me something that means you believe, that makes me feel like you believe in me in this situation? I don't care. Just say it anyways.
You got this, bro.
Thank you. And it's so fucking real the way you said it, bro.
All right, so this is the segue. I want to bring our guest on, but Eric, I'm so sorry. We do have a lot
Two more quick things.
Yeah, two more quick things. Be careful what you say
Oh
when
my
you
God.
DM
Oh my
or
God.
text people.
Is there
Wait a second, bro? When a girl, not just a girl. If I have a girlfriend and she is sexting me, bro, my responses. I know this is gonna be way boring. My responses to like a sexually charged message are neutral, even if it's a girlfriend, because I am afraid of getting hacked, whether it's on my iCloud or Instagram, and my message is leaking. It doesn't translate well what you say sexually in a message when it's exposed to the world.
no
That
context.
is a very
five years later?
that's a very intimate thing, right? Our friend, this is tricky for me because he's our friend,
Good friend.
True Jordy. Did he get hacked? Do we know?
I don't even know. And by the way,
His DMs got leaked.
It's an evolving situation. He was going to pull the message up, but it is.
I can't. I read him before I can't, bro. I read him before I came on the show, and I was like they're pretty pretty
graphic.
dude,
And-
they're
and-
graphic.
At what point do we have to just keep this stuff off the internet?
What are you saying, Spencer?
Like, just let's go back into person where there's no,
Bro, to each
there's
his
no way
own.
to document
Nah,
it.
nah.
No, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm not telling people what to do. I'm just saying if you're going to be diplomatic, right? If you're going to understand the game, at what point do we unplug and we dive back into reality, into communication so nobody can track that?
No, it's probably both. You could do both.
Okay. All right.
Here's
I'm
where,
curious.
What's
I
your
wanna know.
what's your take? Because people have been. I've never had so many people on Twitter ask for my take. I don't know why people align my take with some freakdom, but I'm gonna say something really quick. Okay,
Say it, bro.
One, I agree with Spencer in one respect. Keep the shit off the fucking internet. Find like just like you. Out of self-protection and also just because it's not the kind of person I am, I don't send shit that's like I'm gonna stick my whole arm in your butthole.
Yes.
I don't send it.
Quick benchmark. Quick
Yeah,
benchmark. Also, if you're trying to like impress a girl, it's almost cool when you don't. If she sends you a sexually charged message, and it's cool if you don't hop on it like 99%.
You don't
dudes
oop
do.
the
Like,
alley.
Yeah, fuck
You don't-
yeah.
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 But-
you don't dunk right away.
But I do want to, and that's the only thing I'll say like anti the whole situation, because to be completely honest with you, I'm riding with Jordy on this thing. Listen, after 30 so on years of life, you're just not fucking turned on by the simple missionary, grabbing butt, like that kind of stuff. You got to do some freak leak shit. And every other group in this world is protected right now. I can't fat shame. I can't slut shame girls. I can't shame fucking anybody. So why are you people freak shaming my boy Jordy? Jordy, get your freak on, boy. Nobody's judging you. I'm riding with you, bro. Just try your best to maybe not fucking write it so graphically.
Yeah, he didn't do anything
wrong.
He didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
He just like got him.
It's just a little too freaky.
No, it's not too freaky on whose standards. Just like it's embarrassing is the only thing I'd say.
Okay,
Like, everyone has their own sexual preferences. And like, some of the stuff he was talking about, not for me, bro.
Little graphic.
All of it, actually.
It's for me, but
bro.
for me, but in action, not in writing. Like I probably do all the shit he taught. Who the fuck knows? But I'm not gonna write about it. I
I'm
might
so
talk
curious.
about it on the
I'm
podcast.
so curious as to what he wrote. Like, you guys have really sold me.
I can't
graphic.
wait to see him and just dap him up and be like, yo, you didn't know it was like that, bro.
Better man than me, brother. Better man than me.
All right, guys. Let's bring the guest on. We have some more stuff to talk
One
about.
other, but
Let's
not
do it
real.
with him on. All right, guys. You know him from Workaholics and a slew of other TV appearances. He's a pro stand-up comedian with his second Showtime comedy special, American Warrior, now streaming. It's Erik Griffin, everyone. Yo, he went the opposite way.
Only guest in history of the show.
111 episodes. You're the first guest to come that way.
That way.
Why wouldn't you come that way?
I don't know. I don't know why no one's done that.
Can you do me a favor? Can you say talent again?
Talented. By the way, that's not how I say it. That's how he says it.
Talent. Okay.
He's mocking my Ohio accent.
Oh, is that what that is?
Talent, challenge.
Challenge.
Last.
I like how he's the voice of reason right here. He guys is like looking at you guys like, okay, you freak monsters.
You could tell that's Spencer's role.
Yeah, I get it. I love it. He doesn't even really wear glasses, right? He just,
Oh, no, those aren't
They're not prescription at all. I don't need these in
They
any
actually
format.
hurt his eyes. They're turning him blind.
5% smarter.
and congratulations, guys, on the sobriety and all that kind of stuff. I think that mental illness and all that kind of thing is like a thing that we kind of like we shame that all the time, and I applaud you talking about it like this, and good for you for not being vegan anymore. I think that's ridiculous. Vegan is like it's like I always say, don't disguise food as shit that I like.
Yeah. It's fucked up, right?
You know what I mean? Because I had a joke about this because it'd be like it's like vegan pizza, like from a distance, it's like a transvestite. Because from a distance, you like, what
let's
do we
go.
have? Yeah. And then you take a bite and you're like, is that dick? What is that? So I don't know. Just do you. I like this. Like, all this is a sign of growth right here. You guys have come a long way. This is
Bro,
but this subject you're talking about, I have a lot to say about. So let's go
quickly on the food. My whole thing is if you have to put my food in quotation marks, I don't want to fucking eat it. If you have to serve me chicken, I don't want it. Yeah, just give me chicken without the quotes, dog. I don't fucking eat them.
Call it what it is. Just say like this is barley and like
soy protein.
Yeah. This is Just be like, ooh, let me give me some of that soy protein. Don't tell me it's chicken and it's shrimp and it's like no, it's not. It's not. It's so annoying.
so I hate to tell you this. Spencer's vegan actually.
I'm not surprised. I can feel his vegan heat on me right now.
Yeah, dude, and it's hot.
It's not heat, bro.
He's gonna
It's
stab
not.
me with a
It's
fake
not.
knife. knife. You know?
Yeah, hey, you want to use my knife to defend yourself? It's a fucking chapstick. It's not a knife, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's okay though. We're not gonna shame.
I
vegans.
let it happen. I think it's funny, bro. There's crazy ass vegans. I would consider myself like 5% crazy.
You're pretty cool vegan.
I'm pretty
bro.
tame.
Both,
Pretty tame.
he is too. They're both pretty cool. Andre.
You know, I'm fine with vegans, but I went on a date once, you know, and you know, we're talking. I take her to a barbecue restaurant. Okay, it's one of my favorite restaurants. I'm a barbecue guy. Look at my big dude. You know, we're sitting there, we're chilling. I'm being charming as hell because I have to be because I'm not cute like Logan. You know what I mean? I'm all charmed.
Trust me, I know. You know
what I mean?
I
have to have game.
Yeah.
All
Okay?
of us.
So then, and when we look at the menu, she hits me with, "You know I'm a vegan, right?"
Oh, shit. If I've ever heard a time for a sound effect,
I mean,
good God.
I mean, I was like,
Oh no.
oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I was really late, but get involved with the conversation, bro. but the thing is, like, give me the benefit of the doubt. Like, tell me ahead of time, hey, I'm vegan. Then I take you to the salad barn, or like, you know what I mean?
That should totally be a place.
Yeah.
If there's not a salad barn right now, that's a huge mistake, dude.
Cut to Logan in a year, like, welcome to the salad barn.
Welcome to the salad barn on Route
Logan
22
Paul's.
That is a great idea. You guys got great ideas.
Oh man.
I'm not. At this time last year, I was vegan training for my fight, and now that I'm training again, I'm not vegan. I was just telling the boys before the show, I feel great. Yeah. I feel great.
It's all about moderation, right? Isn't that really? But are you vegan because you want to protect animals, or is it about health?
I would say more so health and the environment, just like overall
Health
consumption.
first?
Yeah.
Well, if it's health first, then it's still okay to how you know what kind of meat you eat, how you eat.
Definitely.
You know.
I'm more of a proponent for people to just be more mindful about their food. I think like
agree.
with the time we live in, especially with animal agriculture, there's like some really shit food that people are eating. So if we can just, there's a way to eat meat that you can be healthy. There's a way to eat almost anything that you can be pretty healthy. But I think now more than ever, we need to be mindful of it.
You know, I saw.
I was just gonna say it gets expensive.
Actually, this is the only place. This is the only place like. In the United States is like one of the few places where like when you have to spend a lot of money to get less food that's healthy.
Yeah.
But I could go to like, you know, the hometown buffet, spend $6 and like, you know, feed a whole village.
Yeah. Our last guest, Greg Sipes, is it Sipes?
Sipes,
right? He came on and said that which I slightly agree with, that the more money you spend on eating kind of cleaner, healthier foods now, whether it's meat or not meat, but you spend more on like the good shit, the less you spend on hospital bills later in life, which is kind of a cool take. I dig that. Yeah. And then we started talking about like his dog being his god. And like him listening to his dog.
Went,
I was like, yo, I'm gonna hop off the train. Yes.
Crazy town coming.
I was like, I'm gonna hop off the train before it crashes into the salad barn.
No, but there's something about that. I think I think like physical health and like going, like I recently started like finally taking care of this because of like my mom, you know, has dementia and it's like a new thing. And I was like, oh man, like what is the cause of this? And it's like high cholesterol, high blood pressure, inflammation, and all these things. And I was like, damn, who's gonna take care of me? I was like, okay, I got to start taking care of myself. So you just like, you know, I started eating less and like, you know, those kind of things. And so it is important. But what you're talking about being vegan too is like, I saw this video and it was a great video because it was a super hot chick and she's talking about milk. And just like, you know, so you see the hot girl and you're immediately like, oh, what's up with this?
Hell yeah.
And then it's all her talking about like in like hot girl way about how milk is terrible and this is what they're doing to the cows. And I was like, I'm out. You know what I mean?
I can see you running as soon as she comes on the screen. You get like the fucking toilet paper and like the lube and shit. And then she just goes on. She's like, so milk is produced by... and she's just like, you guys might like cow milk. Well, here's why it's bad. And you're just like, what the fuck is this shit? I was not expecting this.
Are you still drinking milk?
No, I'm all almond milk and coconut milk.
No.
You're still drinking milk,
I still do. I'm from the East Coast. I
can't
heavy
believe it.
East Coast.
Oh, no.
Because I'm almond milk too.
Yeah.
I
started coconut milk. Like I don't like almond milk in my coffee because it tastes too nutty, you know. But the coconut milk has like I don't know. My ex-girlfriend got me on the coconut milk.
You fuck with
Oat milk? Yeah, what's the deal?
See, I don't want everything tasting like oatmeal.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever like just been in the mood to ball out and went for some hemp milk?
What are you saying now?
You got the crickets?
I think
It's a little secret for the OGs
But
out
is it
there.
like hemp milk with THC in it, or
No. Just made from the hemp
what's the
plant.
point of that?
If you're really feeling like you got to ball out, it's a good option.
So that's like vegan weed. You know what I mean?
Dude, I've already went on to the next level. I've been doing dandelion milk. It's kind of gross, dude, to be honest with you.
Where's the sound effects now on that one?
Yeah.
It's funny because you go way overboard on the sound effects like 90% of the time.
He was late on the one sound effect. Now before we even say anything, oh hey, nice to see you. What's going on?
That's a fact.
That's a fact.
This motherfucker.
All right, so listen, bro, we go back a bit.
Yeah, man.
Oh my God.
What?
Oh my God. It's
What?
all making sense.
Yeah, you see now?
Oh my God.
What happened?
So
Pull it up.
I pulled up a picture here.
Uh-huh.
You were one of the pilots in my movie Airplane Mode.
Yeah. I was the captain of the ship.
Yeah, you were. You were the captain of the ship.
Dude.
Look how much makeup Logan has
I
on.
was just gonna say.
What the?
I'm like, who's this chick? What's up, girl? What's up, girl?
They caked me, dude.
Logana. Look at Logana right
Is this
here.
the inside of a wax museum? Did you just meet Logan Paul, the wax character?
Yeah, well, you know what? He wasn't available on set all the time, so we had like a doll.
But here's why this is
picked that
funny,
up and
dude.
moved it.
So you still haven't seen the movie, right?
I still haven't seen it.
Maybe get on that, bro. It's on iTunes. You can watch it now. Airplane Mode. Like and subscribe.
So I have to pay for it?
Buy it. Yeah.
A movie I barely made any money on. I have to actually pay to watch it.
Yo, I'm sorry.
Is that what you're saying to me right now?
It's an indie movie. We didn't pay our actors well.
By the way, let me tell you something that frustrated me, okay? So
Yes.
Yeah, let's hear
this
it.
guy
Spill
still
the
comes
tea.
to me. He's like, yo, do me this favor. Come do the movie. And I'm like, cool, man. Anything for you. Then I say to him, hey, man, could you come on my podcast?
Oh, fuck.
Oh.
And he goes, I'm trying to focus on my.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
And I was like,
shit.
what?
Oh, my God.
So I
What
gotta
year
do
was
this
that?
piece of shit movie. I gotta be the captain of this freaking Titanic movie I have to do. And then you can't come on my podcast? Wow. Wow. I got big timed by Logan Paul, man.
Bro.
Damn,
You are-
bro.
You know what? I want you to produce an
swerve.
apology video for me.
Let's hear it right now. Give it to the
It's gonna
camera.
be like, hey, Eric. You know, I was like, I thought to myself, when you mess up with chicks, are you gonna make an apology video?
It's about a severe and continuous lapse.
I just send them the same one, just the beginning.
you just change it.
Yeah.
I made a severe and continuous lapse in judgment.
Wait, yo,
Again.
what you're describing right now is a bit of a pattern. I hate to say
No, wait, hold on. I'm reading the text. I pulled them up here. You said, "Hey, man, I started a podcast and I'm building up, and I'd love to have you on mine." This was right when we started.
Yeah.
I said, "Eric, I love you, G, but I just started one too, and I'm gonna stay exclusively on that for a bit." And you said, "Bro,"
Yeah.
and then I said, "I know, dog. I fucking suck." Listen, I'll come on it. That was just for the time being.
At
And by
least
the
you-
way,
at least you admitted
I
you
locked
sucked.
in.
I just wanted to put it out there.
No,
like I said, you're not the only person. All right, I got friends in this city who have said, "Hey, man,
I get it.
would you mind coming back on my podcast?" I went on yours, man, and
No. But by the way, I'm legitimately just teasing you. I totally get it because there's 4 things I can't stand. Okay, don't ask me to take you to the airport.
yeah.
oh my god,
the
worst.
Okay, don't ask me to help you move. Okay,
That's the worst. That's the
all right.
worst.
I'm not gonna read your script.
Yep.
I'm not going to your play. And then the 5th one to that I added to this is I'm not doing your podcast.
Classic.
So it just depends on when you do a podcast, you totally get it. You understand. So when I always ask people, I go, hey, if you want to do the podcast, I totally get it. If it's a no, because it's that kind of business, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Where everybody's like, there's a lot of time commitment. So, I
No,
totally
bro,
get it.
I'll absolutely come on. I also I have this thing in me, like it's just like a sick honesty. Like, man, how many people you hit up and they just don't respond?
Oh.
And by the way, it happens to me with a lot of people too. And I'm just like, man, at least fucking tell me like you can't come on for XYZ reasons or whatever. So, I always respond to people. We've had this conversation before. I'm like, I'm
or
an avid
fuck you.
texter.
One of the two. I'm surprised he gave you that many words, to be honest.
It's like,
No, but it was cool. I mean, I totally got it at that point. I was like, all right. You know what I mean?
I'll come on.
But I was building up at the time too. I had like 1,000 subscribers. So it wasn't like, it wasn't all that, you know what I mean? But I get it. But there's Airplane Mode.
Well, just going back to this for a second, bro. Like if you've seen the movie, like me and you kind of made out a little bit, bro.
Yes.
Did we?
You don't
I haven't
remember
seen
that?
it.
Well, he was dead. He was dead.
You don't remember that?
He was dead when it happened in the movie.
Do you think I remember anything about
I feel I triggered you. If you
Oh,
remember,
God.
here's what happened.
what happened?
All right, so you were dead, and I, in my attempt to revive you and give you mouth to mouth, I was just like on your mouth, and like I don't think I told you I was gonna do it.
Yeah. A lot of things that happened in that movie that we didn't know was going to happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's a
like
fact.
the onset
That's a
orgy.
fact.
The onset orgy.
Yeah, that was out
But
of
I
left field.
always say I appreciated your hustle in making that movie and all the work that you put into it leading up to it. You know, I didn't understand why, you know, it took like 8.5 years to come out.
Oh, there was a thing that happened. You may not have
what I mean?
heard. Yeah.
Yeah, so it just was weird, but I was like, I was like, oh wow, because let me ask you a question. At that particular time, all this was new, like social media blowing up the way it is with YouTube and all this kind of stuff. It was sort of new. And like, it was like the thought of like, oh, I want to be in Hollywood. I want to do movies and stuff. But like now cut to 3, 4, 5 years later.
It's the opposite.
It's right? Yeah. Like this is where people want to be.
Wild.
But it was crazy at the particular time. I remember, you know where I met you at? I met you at like Johnny, who sent me a video of him roasting you, by the way.
Oh, no. Who?
Oh, from
Johnny
Shots?
Shashidi from Shots.
Yeah.
Bro, Johnny's
best,
the king of roasting. He's always roasting me.
So he sent me this video. Make sure you sell him this video. But anyways, we were at at this party, and it was like all the people were there.
Yeah.
Bieber's there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And
Was it his birthday party?
It was his birthday party.
At
At that where you used to live, you know.
Yes.
And then like, so then it was all these people who were like at that time still trying to figure out like, oh, I want to do movies, I want to do TV and all this stuff. And now it's just kind of like, Hollywood, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Look at what I'm doing here.
Yeah, without you.
Yeah, without you.
Without
so
traditional
it's
media,
an interesting
especially
paradigm flip.
For you too, because you come from traditional Hollywood.
That's what's hard. Yeah, I'm trying to be like, you know, I need to. How do I get on the podcast? And how do I do like how do I
What's
make the proper
Instagram?
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah. I'm all trying to make the proper Instagram like picture and whatever it is like that, and it's just like it's totally weird how it's flipped.
Do you have a favorite filter for Instagram? Do you like Jakarta?
I need like a skinny
my
filter.
favorite.
Jakarta,
That's my
really?
favorite.
You know the filters?
It was one I know. Fuck, I do. God dang.
Where's the sound effects?
I'm gonna sit the next play out. I'm gonna sit the next play
Dylan,
out.
are you high today?
Oh God!
You didn't know THC was in that?
Oh man.
Wait, what
Yeah.
are some other ones?
THC
Abu
was in
Dhabi,
that.
What? Abu Dhabi, the Middle
I
Eastern.
don't get those ones.
New York.
No.
Yeah.
What does it mean?
They're all cities, aren't
There's
they?
Valencia. There's Balenciaga. There's
That's a
Gucci.
No, those are not
don't know.
Instagram filters.
Versace.
Those are clothing
Piana.
brands. Shot guy.
Ariana Grande.
Yeah, there's a lot. All right, so has the transition been tough? Because
No, not necessarily, because I still enjoy this. What has been created is just a new media. That's why they call it new media on SAG. You know, it's just a new media, but it's just very lucrative. I kind of count this as like almost like being a professional athlete. You know,
Yeah.
like you come in, you're gonna do your thing for as long as you can, but then there's a shelf life for this kind of stuff because, like, you're appealing to young people who are into cool. You know, they're into cool, and you're not going to be cool forever. You know
I think
what I mean?
that's why a lot of the people do try to break out for traditional because they know that the shelf life is longer. Like, unless you're this fucker who's just gonna be around forever because people want to look at his dumb mop ass head. Like a lot of people just come in and they're gone.
But you're gonna grow. It's just like you guys were talking about. I enjoyed your conversation about, you know, how you're approaching women now, and you know it changes as you get older. So
sure.
I mean, you're gonna wake up 35 and be like, I don't want to have a rager anymore. You know what I mean? Like, why are these people in my house? And like, what, you know, it's just gonna.
or in Mike's case, you're not.
So I'm actually literally about to wake up 35 like tomorrow. Like I'm like a few days out. Dude.
I know, but look what's already happening in your life.
I stopped sending sex.
You know?
Back then I was like when I was 18. But like everything else, I'm pretty much still. I'm a young man, dude.
You know, but
for sure.
35 is on the road to starting to be an adult man.
So when I hit 35, you think
that's when it starts. That's when you
Really?
start to go, oh, I got to get my shit together. That's when it happens.
I skipped 10. I skipped 10 years too because I loved to party.
I get it. That's what I'm saying. So you're like you're working it all out right now.
Yes.
But what happens is like young people have a way of letting you know you old as fuck.
Oh, they tell me every day. They tell me every fucking day.
That's just what happens.
Hey, we keep him young. We keep him and spry.
Yeah, but you know, that's just how it's gonna happen. You know, people just hit you up. But you know, again, like I've this whole DM thing is like I love that conversation too because like where's the sanctity? Where's the like, you know, like people aren't outing people who are gay. Like there's like a code for that, right? You're not supposed to like, you know, you don't put that on the internet.
That's what I was saying.
So it's like, so why put on the like
freak shaming?
Just because somebody you don't like a person? Because I've had this happen to me. You know what I mean? But like I took a shot I shouldn't have taken.
That's what he was talking about.
I put my toe in the pool and it was cold as hell.
Yes.
So I get it. So I learned a lesson, but they didn't have to like take it, screenshot it, put it on the internet, and everybody's talking shit about me. That happened, like, damn.
That happened to me too once, pretty bad. I don't think I've said it on the internet yet. Right after Japan, for some reason, I think like a month after, I was looking for validation from people.
Oh, God.
Specifically high-end Instagram models.
Interesting.
Which was weird, bro. So like,
what makes a high-end Instagram model?
Followership.
Nah.
Use of Facetune?
No, the ones who do like big brand.
Oh, brand deals.
Yes, like the ones who walk the runway.
Emrata.
Okay.
Or is that even
high end? Not that high end.
So what? Give me an example.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like who's like a guest model? Like I don't know. I don't even know. That's how like
Icaro. I don't know. I'm trying to.
I'm just trying to figure out what is high end is. So we could just say really high chicks on the internet.
Like, give us a follower count. Give us a rough.
I don't know,
count.
like 5 to 10 mil.
Okay.
There are some girls who are Instagram models. They do their Coco Loco Bright White Smile Bang Energy like bullshit like brands.
Dude, I didn't say it.
I get it.
Like get the bag, but also like let's be honest, what's happening here?
Yeah.
And then there's the ones who walk the runway, and there's the ones who do like Versace campaigns. Those chicks. So I DM like 15, bro, which is crazy. I normally, dude, I DM one girl maybe every 2 months, and this was
that seems a little light. That I would one girl every 2 months. That would mean that every time I hang out with you is once every 2 months, because I feel like
who's the last girl that you know of that I DM'd? It doesn't. There
was one the other day.
Responding to DMs is the same as DMing, by the way.
No.
Yes.
I got girls signing my DM.
No, you're trying to. That's a technicality. If 100 chicks hit you up, how many times do you respond?
Depends.
Yeah,
bro.
here we go. The truth comes out.
Look. The point is,
So you went on a bender.
I went on a DM bender, bro. And one of the girls, she screenshotted the tweet and or the DM and tweeted it, and it went like kind of viral. And she's like, "Ew, yeah, fucking right." Blah, because again, it was right after Japan.
I literally
I was like
cannot.
one of the most hated people on the planet, and like rightfully so, girl. Get those fucking likes and retweets, and also by the way, now like. She's fucking ugly now, bro. I'm just gonna say it like I won, bro.
That's quick.
She didn't age well. She didn't age well.
We're talking like a year and a half. What happened?
I'm running a marathon and she's sprinting.
Damn.
Bro.
Well,
So what is she, like 27 now? Like what?
It's just like
23. Well, I mean, luckily for you, you don't care how she looks because you only care if she's talented or not.
Yes.
Well, now at this point in my life, but at the time, you can imagine, I was like, damn, I just got
Oh,
exposed.
but that makes me feel sad that you were just like in a room. It was quiet. And you were just DMing.
Oh, it was a sad.
Oh, he was in a really
Music was
dark
on.
place.
I don't
bro.
wanna wait.
He was listening. No,
For my life to be over. You were just like,
no, it was Enya. It was Enya. He was listening to Enya.
That was me. It was a rough time. Yeah.
I get it.
That was bad.
You know what? I didn't jump on the bandwagon. I just was. Like,
I appreciate that.
You know, it was a bad choice, but it was like, come on.
No, it does mean a lot because like I do have friends.
I hit you up.
Yeah, and I have friends, by the way, not friends, like I call them like acquaintances who did like jumped on the bandwagon with their fucking knives in hand, just and shoved the knives in my back.
That was my chance.
And I was just like, what the fuck? Like
It probably exposed so many people to you.
Oh my God,
like,
dude.
well, it's I will say again, every single person, 95% of people who were acquaintances and stabbed me in the back, they got their likes, they got their retweets, they got their views. And like again, I'm running a marathon. They're sprinting. And now like you don't hear from them.
No, yeah, you do.
Was that the first
you hear
time?
from when they
When's
hit
the last
you
time you heard from Christian Del Grosso?
No, that you hear from them. You hear from them when they hit you up. When they hit you up to be a
Who I
part of
met at that
something
party
you're putting
with you.
together.
At that party, right?
But was that the first time you realized like legitimately how famous you were and that the responsibility of it?
That's deep.
Or was it the Dubai Mall?
Yeah, no, there were times before that. What I'm my answer is like, it's trying to say that made me famous in a notorious way, like exponentially more like household name and not a good way type situation. Because
Guarantee you're not the first person to be in a place called the suicide forest.
It's crazy to imagine that you find something
wait
like that.
Wait a second. I'm gonna stop this conversation.
Hold on, can I put one more? I just want to put the final thing in it. I know.
We don't want to go.
No, we don't.
We
but
don't
I
want to
actually
rehash. But I'm just saying, like, you're not the only person to ever do that. And what I'm saying is, like, that was like, I was like, wow, this dude's famous.
I actually moved to a
That's
place recently regarding that whole event. Because a fellow YouTuber made a video about it the other day, kind of bringing it up, and people tweeted at me, and I said,
why don't we just say it?
Rice Gum made a video,
I'll pull it up.
and I said, it's weird because I actually don't remember that happening. Like, I've moved to a point now, like what the fuck is good? You know how many scandals we've been through since then? Like, who gives? By the way, I hate to say it, but I didn't really give a shit when it happened originally.
I know, but like
I'm sorry to say it, dude.
To get away, but I'm saying to get away from that, it's not necessarily about this thing anymore. So what I'm saying is like that's what it leads into the conversation about like why you have to be careful in your DMs is what I'm saying.
For sure.
It's like how like
yeah.
That's what
nothing
I mean.
Safe, bro.
Nothing's safe. So
my outreach has gone to almost to nil because of that. But yeah, Rice Gum growing through forest in Japan with FaZe Banks, not clickbait, and it's man, something tells me this is a bit of an homage.
But this has something to do with something.
Yeah,
If
a
you
weird
shop
blonde
at
in the
REI,
forest.
you should use
Fuck.
Wikibuy. It's a browser
Fuck you,
extension
Wikibuy.
that automatic.
All
All right, guys, so we're in a forest and we're in Japan. I don't know what that means. It's a legit forest in Japan.
I don't know what to say about this because I don't want to piss anyone off.
Let's take a quick thumbnail.
That was it. That was it. And like,
How dare they? They should send you a credit for that.
nah, please don't actually. No, please don't.
No, but I'm saying it's like
Nah, but
so now nothing's sacred. So like now you can't even like now you have to have these like really super vanilla conversations. If that because my problem with you young people, I'll be the old guy here. It's my problem with you young people is they don't know how to communicate anymore, and the only way they want to communicate is on their little phone and with the messages. But then now it's like, how deep can you get? Like, what can you say? Like, you have to be so careful. And like, at what point? Hey, let's FaceTime. Let's get on a call. Let's meet at a coffee shop. Because if nothing I say is going to be like, just between us, like, what are you supposed to do? Because look, I'm the kind of guy, I got to take shots. I got to be like, yo, what's up?
Yep.
And then maybe you're like, oh, look, I'm not into you. Or like, the sort of moment you're not, that's when it becomes, you have carte blanche to be like, all right, let's put this on the internet. Let's shame this person for like, having proclivities or whatever it might be. You know what I mean? I just think that it's what a world we live in that it has to be like
It's disgusting.
It's a fatal,
no privacy.
a fatal convenience.
Right. Ooh, look at this guy.
Wow. We talk
That's
about
the name
this.
of his podcast. Welcome back to Fatal Convenience.
It could be about meat. It could be. It's a
there we
fatal.
There's a lot of fatal conveniences in the world we live in today. I think that communication,
Here,
like
I
you're talking
fucked
about,
up.
is big.
I'm just saying a vegan talk is about to come. Go on.
And so
I'm just kidding.
I'm not going there.
I mean,
It's true. After that happened, any of my controversies, and by the way, I'm done now. Ex controversial, as everyone here knows in this room. After that happened, I made sure to gauge how many people approach me in real life. Do you know how many people approach me in real life?
How many?
0.
Of course.
Millions of tweets.
some do. Some
Millions.
do. Not
there was,
but they're
there was one girl like a year after, and she's like, "How dare you?" And I was like, and again, it was a year after, so I'd gone through a tremendous. You were there, tremendous growth, and I was like, "Hey,
this is great."
I go, "Hey, I understand you're offended. I am so sorry. I'll apologize again to you as many times as I need."
She was like,
I want you to know, I love you, and I hope you have a great day. And she's like,
fuck you.
She's like, well, fuck you. You shouldn't have done it. I was like, I understand. I'm here now to try to spread positivity and love, and I want you to know that I love you. And she's like, what?
She didn't know what to do with herself.
Have a good day.
Yeah, she said thank you.
Yeah,
she
she
said
said
thank you.
And bro, it's like I killed him with kindness for the first time in my life. I was like, wow, that really works.
Yes,
Yeah.
it does.
Just neutralized on
They don't
the
know what to do with
spot.
themselves. Like
Yeah.
when that situation happened with me, when I sent, I was like, again, dipped my toe in the water and it was really cold. I shouldn't have. She was too young. It was like, and then like her friend hits me up. They're like, you bozo. That was my favorite thing she called me.
No,
was
stop.
bozo.
Really? Really?
Yeah.
I
You
respect
bozo. I was like, that made me laugh. But all I could say after that was just like, I'm sorry if you felt uncomfortable, if you felt offended, blah, blah, blah. That's all you can say. But people want to be mad and they got to get that out. So that's the kindest thing to do too, is just to let people let them have that,
Yeah.
like,
for sure.
let them
for it,
have that
yo.
because then they go, okay, after because at that moment that girl probably said, it's like, well, I guess you're not you're not the devil. You know, I thought you were the devil. As if like you're gonna meet you, you're gonna be like, hi. You know what I mean?
Hey, you
Give me your soul. You know, like you're like eating baby hearts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My thing too, isn't it kind of good to be controversial? Like our country's built off controversy.
Bro, look at our president, dude. He ran a campaign of the
I don't know if you ever want to be totally.
No, hold on.
Ideally, I'm pretty non-controversial.
I think some controversy's good.
Let's swap the word out. Controversial. I would love to just
rebellious,
be like edgy. You know,
okay, it's the same thing.
Sort of controversial. There's like it's a negative
connotation.
Edgy is like this dude's walking the line, and I crossed that line a couple times.
But there's nothing in your. Well, yeah, I get that. You know, it's like if I'm.
Do
all right.
you support? What do you think about Conor McGregor punching the old man? Did you see it?
I didn't see it, but like he is who he is. You know, you have to. You know, that's all part of his brand.
That's what I said.
That's kind of the way.
That's
his brand. Yeah, but I also said I got mad at them because I said I think we have a responsibility to use our platform a certain way. And like, is your dad still with us?
No, I don't even. I've
Not
never
with
met
us
my
here,
dad.
but like,
you know, like so. Thanks for
all
bringing
right,
that
but
up.
like
asshole.
Listen,
Sound effects.
Listen, did you ever have like a fucking role model or a person that was like an old gray haired man?
Yeah.
How would you feel if some fucker punched him in the face, dude?
Wait. Listen. We're not condoning his actions.
But let's make sure
but
that.
I'm saying
but let's
that
make sure
that's his brand.
Yeah. But let's
know?
make sure we voice that. Like, just because that's what these guys did, and they got some shit for it too on the comments. Like, you were the only one that said, let's make sure people know that this kind of
I said it's not cool, but all I was saying in that situation is this guy's in an Irish pub. You could tell after he got hit, he literally just went over to his friend and said, "Hey, what's up?" Like, not phased, bro. It's a different situation.
So
if
like,
my grandpa got hit, of course, it's terrible.
So like,
and that's not cool either. I'm not condoning it. I think none of us are condoning that.
If you're in a federal penitentiary and with a bunch of murderers, and the person comes out of the cell, stabs the CO in the neck 40 times, and she dies, would you say, well, I mean, it is a jail for murderers. That kind of stuff kind of happens here, you know? Like, yeah, you can't.
Well, that's not the same. That's not the same analogy
well, but also,
at all.
like,
because the person.
Sometimes I sit here and I'm just like, who am I fucking sitting? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you guys?
No, that's
not a moral conscience, Mark.
I do on certain punching old people is where I draw the line.
Well, what if it's an old person that deserves
where you
it?
draw the line.
100%.
I know. I love how it's like we're all terrible people.
Being a creep in the DMs is okay.
Hell yeah, bro. Hell
but
yeah,
punching
dude.
an old guy who probably deserved it. You don't know what he said.
You don't know what he
That's
said.
what I'm saying. It's circumstantial. You don't know context.
I think I was just too close to like my grandfather and shit.
You know what?
And like I just
what
think
if your
like,
grandfather? If your grandfather was here right now, who was probably a tough bastard, right?
Yeah, he was fucking World War II fucking vet.
Would he want you to be like, oh, I'm so sorry that the old man got hit?
No, he probably would have taken out his bayonet.
He's lucky I didn't punch him in the face.
That is exactly right.
Okay, so
that's exactly right.
Let's give the old guy the benefit of the doubt too, man. What if he was talking shit to McGregor like, you ain't nothing, you know, to McGregor like, you know, we don't know.
Or if he's like, hit me.
I'm saying,
you won't punch me in the face.
But people are gonna say that to your whole life. You know how many people have been like, come on, man, you're a big guy, you can punch me in the face, and then I gotta go do 5 years suspended sentence. Fuck that shit. You gotta be the bigger man and walk the fuck away, dude.
Asking somebody to be a bigger man who his brand
bigger,
is not to be.
I get it.
That's all we're saying.
Yeah, I get it.
I'm not condoning his actions, but I'm saying I understand.
You're not surprised.
I'm not surprised.
Right.
You know, he made an impulsive
Surprised.
choice to you know, because that's part of that's going to get him back in the ring and make $100 million. You know, sometimes we make these choices and we don't see the ramifications of them because we don't understand the position that we're in. I think that's all that happened to you. Yeah. It's just a situation of just being like, oh, this isn't going to be bad, and then you don't realize it till later. You go, oh,
it's almost like a no press is bad press
my
situation
bad.
too.
You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? Like it reinvigorates his brand. But the thing is too,
he threw a freaking
dolly
at a bus.
Yeah.
You think he has any qualms about punching an old man talking shit?
And then sold a lot of whiskey after that. Like he was chilling, bro.
Who should we be more mad at? You know who should be more mad at is the people that still write him checks.
Well, that's what I called out Dana White on it too. And because Dana White was like, I mean, listen, it's a pub. Shit happens at pubs. And I was like, I mean, like, at some, like, do you at least say something? Listen, like, yo, bro, like, because listen, these people at the end of the day, fucking role models. And so, like, at least somebody on the show say, hey, don't go punch old people.
I would hope not. I would hope that, like, somebody that's going to do something so brutal and violent that literally can kill someone is their profession is not a role model.
That's a good point.
Okay, because so what's the difference between what happened in that pub and what happens in the ring? Is that the people are professional? That's the only thing that makes it different. But these people are trying to kill each other. You know what I mean? Like one hit could like devastate someone's life. They could
It's happened.
It's happened. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not a fan of like those kind of violent sports. I'm just not a fan of them. Yeah. So, but I get
you're not gonna watch my next fight.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying.
He didn't even watch Airplane Mode. What makes you think he's going to watch the next? He was in it.
I know. One train wreck at a time.
It's not a train wreck. This one's buttoned up. This one's locked down.
I'm not a fan of those sports because like I just saw look what happened. Like, I see Muhammad Ali. I see like all these boxers that like it does something to them. And it's crazy is that even UFC fighting is safer than boxing.
How is that possible? I've heard that
because one, it's only 3 rounds. It's like they end it quick. It's not about lasting. It's about submission. So like when you're done, you're done. Boxing, you just take a coup off.
Yeah. And then if you get knocked down, you have 10 seconds to get back up.
And your brain, your brain, like that you probably CTE, whatever that stuff, and like all the you probably have many concussions all the time when
CBD, all that shit. All kinds of fucking
It's interesting.
acronyms.
Do you guys think fighting will always be a part of culture though? Or do you think there will come a time where
I think it's gonna get worse. I think it's getting more gruesome.
Men are around.
I think they're gonna start throwing
as long as these goddamn men are around.
I think they're gonna start throwing like weapons into it too.
I don't think so. I don't think they'll go back. We were at the UFC fight this weekend, and Jake goes, "Just think about it, bro. 2,000 years ago, this would be a coliseum, and the two dudes fighting in the ring would have weapons, and they'd kill each other to the death, dude.
Yeah.
And they'd send in lions to fight the warriors.
Dude, but don't act like we don't want to see that. I mean, I remember when I was a kid, they had this thing called Glow, Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling. So they had the show on Netflix, but that was actually a real thing. But I remember one night, this girl broke her arm. And she broke her arm in a way that the bone came,
compound.
Obviously, it was an accident, right? But they made it out like this. I can't believe that this happened. Shit, they kept showing it, and it was just like so. Violence is always something we're gonna like, capitalize.
It's harder
on.
to find nowadays though, because I remember when I was growing up, we had Faces of Death. You can go to fucking the people watching this that are in their late 20s, early 30s might know it. It was like a show where you could see people die. It was a VHS. And you can go rent it at the store, be in the adult section with all the pornos and shit. And you could rent it and it would be people getting gored by bulls, people drowning. Yeah. It was called Faces of Death. It was, and I didn't like it as much as my friends did. We would sit around, rip the bong and watch people die all day.
I don't like
now, like, God forbid you show a fucking toe in a video, you're gonna get demonetized. Look up Faces of Death, bro. Don't look up Faces of Death, bro. Actually, you know what? Don't look up Faces of Death. But it did exist. It's just, as a society, obviously, we have become pussified. You know that.
I know, but
I don't know if it's pussified. I think it's more sensitive.
Yeah.
Like sensitive,
less
bitches,
savage.
Like,
less savage, pussified.
This guy wants to live in a cave and like walk up to women like, "You're mine."
He wants to just grab him right by the
back of the neck. Oh no, you know how I feel. I mean, it's funny because in certain ways, like there are certain positions that I still wish were a little bit more
like missionary.
Like no,
you a missionary guy?
That's
your favorite?
No, I haven't been in a missionary position or a missionary in years. No,
you don't want.
I'll go there sometimes.
So you're not an intimate person. You don't want to look somebody in the eye. You don't want to.
Well,
you don't want to kiss them.
I do, but what I do is
like make love.
What I do is I just turn their fucking head around. While I'm fucking them from now.
Savage.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
But you can't punch an old man in the face.
You know what? After this show, maybe I'll start. All right. Thanks a lot, Spencer. You've convinced me to punch old people.
That's not what we're saying.
No.
It's just like, but it's just damn. You can't on one be like, I want to turn her around, but you got to protect old men. Make your choice, man.
I don't agree with that. I think there could be different levels of it. You could be a freak in the sheets, but a non-elder killer. Like, that's not that far-fetched.
He's not a killer.
He could have killed him. Yeah, he could have killed him. He's a 70-year-old man.
I want to talk about workaholics.
Okay.
It's just time to shift,
Yeah,
bro.
time to shift.
Let's talk about workaholics.
I like how I started with a regular glass.
How did that happen?
30 minutes in, now I have the grandpa glass.
Why does Eric have a plastic cup?
Well, just tease it. Don't worry about it. Yeah. You should have just poured this water into the glass that was here. bastard.
Sorry about that, guys.
All right, Workaholics.
Yeah, I mean, like, what's good? It's a huge show. And would you say that was partially how you got your big break?
Oh, it was my big break. Yeah, Workaholics was like the whole thing. I didn't even know. I remember going to the audition. I remember reading the script and thinking like, this isn't going to make it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was like, they're not going to let me say this stuff on television. You know, like I remember my first audition was the thing about, you know, like having sex with my wife. You know, that was the audition for that. It was like, you know, I woke up 5 a.m. and it was longer too. I had this long monologue about having sex with my wife, and that was the audition. And it was just one of those things. And I was like, okay. I remember I did it way I wanted to do it, you know? And then like I remember the casting director, they looking at each other and they were like, okay, you know? And then the callback, it was like Adam and all the guys. Now I had just been at a show with Adam like a week earlier.
Okay.
And I didn't know he was doing this stuff. To me, he was just like this young kid. So I was giving him the whole like, you know, keep working at it, kid. You're gonna one day, you know, like, one day you're gonna make it. You know what I mean? It was that
You're
kind of
sunning
thing.
him.
Yeah. And then the next week, he's sitting in the room as the executive producer, but I still didn't know. When I saw him in my mind, I was like, oh, look at Adam interning at. You know what I mean? And then it wasn't until like my buddy Chris D'Elia, he hits me up like, yo, I just heard from Adam, you did great at this audition. And I was like, what? And then my manager's like, how'd you do with the Adam Devine audition? And I was like, what?
Oh, shit.
And I was like, oh, shit, that was his actual show. So, but anyway, I did the audition, had to audition like 3 or 4 times before I got the part. And it was like, you know, it taught me something about like when you go to auditions, don't ever think you can't do it no matter who's in the room. Because I had never done anything. And I'm here in this room with all these people that have been on all these shows.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
And I was like, oh man, you know.
Yeah, but you were nervous, yeah?
I was nervous and I
Yeah.
was like, oh, what am I gonna do? But you know, I booked a part and then, you know, now I'm here.
Do you think it was a benefit not knowing who Adam was?
Yes.
That's
It's
crazy
always
how
like that.
life works.
You know,
dude.
one time Tim Allen, he wanted somebody to replace his opener because the guy was going on to do something else. And so the lady, his handler lady was like, hey, you know, I didn't know that I was auditioning for him while I was doing some stand-up. I just was doing my regular show. Then I went upstairs and he was like, you were funny, blah, blah, blah. You know, but I didn't know. If I had known, maybe it would have been different. Maybe I would have been up there like, oh my God, you know, I don't know. So I was like, yeah, sometimes it is better just not to know. Just do you. Be your best self.
I heard stand-up is one of the hardest things to do in Hollywood.
You know, it's like, you know, because it takes a while to actually get your voice. You know, you get your point of view and then like, you know, boom, and here it is. You know, it's like, it can be because I think the hardest thing to do on stage is to actually be yourself. I mean, think about that. Just to be like as vulnerable as you possibly can and conveying these ideas and thoughts in a humorous way. So you have to be thoughtful. You have to be caring about what you're talking about. You have to be like confident. And so it's a lot that goes into it.
That's so true. Like if you think about how we act off camera, like we have more 90,000% more belly laughs to the point where we're on the ground crying off camera. Because like at the end of the day, like something is always a little bit different.
Yeah.
You're always either protecting your like your brand or something's always a little bit different. Like I'm sure, are you the same way or you gotten to a point where you're exactly the same off and on camera?
I'm pretty close to like but I just become an exaggerated version of myself and my emotions, you know, because I talk about a lot of things. I'm like, this is how I feel about these things. And I want to feel those emotions while I'm on stage because that's what people are laughing at. They're laughing at a dude dealing with this story I'm telling you about, you know, you have to do that at the same level every single night.
Does acting on a show like Workaholics take that pressure off of a stand-up, or is it just a different ballgame?
It's just different. It's completely different. Completely different. You know, just acting is like you're collaborating. You're taking somebody else's words, making it your own. And stand-up, it's all you and your insecurities with the crowd. You know what I mean? It's completely different.
People have said recently that stand-up in LA is like, I can't remember if it was veganism or trying anal for the first time. everybody's like, oh, what the fuck? I can't remember what it was exactly, but it's like when you come to LA, everybody tries stand up.
Yeah, they do.
Like, I think I want to be a stand up fucking comedian.
Which
dude.
is, I think that's the beauty.
Oh,
in
it's
LA,
great. Yeah,
though,
for sure.
you know?
For sure.
But the new thing now is podcasts.
Oh,
yeah.
Everyone's doing
For
podcasts.
sure.
That's what everybody's doing now, thinking that everybody's going to blow up, you know? So it's like, you know, but there's something about this format that people feel closer to you. They feel like they're more engaged in your life. They feel like they understand you. They feel like they're in your head. It's not even like the funny things that we do. It's like these little conversations people pick up on a thing and they go, oh, you know what? I feel the same way you feel about this thing, or or, you know, or you inspired me to like do this differently. And so this is a weird platform. It's a new ground. It's a new age, you know? So it's pretty exciting.
Podcasts also provide, if you listen to the right ones, provide a decent amount of value too, which I think is making like the people who listen to podcasts smarter, quicker.
Yeah.
I always think if I had like a podcast to listen to, or even like someone whose vlogs I could have watched growing up, I wonder how my life would have been different. Like, dude, I didn't know you had to pay taxes until I was a freshman in college and I got my first check from Vine. And my mom said, you're going to have to give 25% to the government. I'm like, I'm sorry, Ma. I made this money myself.
I'm not giving this to anybody.
What are you saying?
So entitled.
I
didn't know.
I know.
I never heard someone even, the idea didn't cross my mind to not go to college until after I was like already in college.
Really?
Yeah. The internet, nobody was talking about that.
When we were in high school, even for you too, bro. When you were in high school, junior year, they started giving you they started bringing you into counseling. Like, well, are you going to start doing your college admission
So
shit?
interesting.
Like,
Gary Vee was like the first person I ever heard say like, you know, fuck college is what he would always say.
Yeah.
But that was the first time I'd ever even heard that. So like the amount
wasn't even a
of
thought,
like
right?
paradigm shifting content that goes to younger people now.
I go to
because of this.
college, or
Yeah, I went for a little while, but it just wasn't. It wasn't for me at the time.
was it in entertainment?
No.
anything?
I wish it was. I have a lot of regrets when I look back. I go, damn it, I should have just went full into it. But when you're from LA at that particular time, everything felt like a pipe dream. You know what I mean? So like when it feels like a pipe dream, you feel like, I know I can't make it. So I always tell people like, whatever your dream is, you have to like know or believe that you can do it. And you don't have to convince anyone else but yourself and whoever your higher power is. And when you're at that moment, that's when you're going to attack it and nothing's going to stop you. Because if you start thinking about, well, you know, how can I make it? So many people are doing it. Once those thoughts come into your head, you're doomed.
Yeah. I think a lot of people fake believe too. Like the belief
Fake it
has to
till you
be,
make it?
it has to be real.
It does have to be real. It has to be like this thing where you go, oh, I remember the moment I was like, oh, I could do this. I'm great at this.
When
you know?
was that?
It was like I was like at just like some bullshit show in LA, you know, just like doing open mics and stuff. And I finally got like a sort of a show, you know, and it was at this the Friars Club. And then I'm doing it and I'm feeling this thing where I'm like, Cause then somebody came up to me afterwards and was like, hey man, I booked this show, it's a paid gig out in, and I was like, oh, this is how it works.
Okay.
You know, it was like, this is how it works. I have to like just make my peers laugh. I have to like, you know.
Did you have the mustache?
I was born with this mustache.
That's good. That's good.
I was like 32 when I came out the womb. You know, it was a lot. It was a lot.
It's a beautiful.
But
mustache.
it changes in size, I feel like.
Well, I have to shave it, man.
Well, sometimes it's thicker.
Is your
sometimes
beard always like that?
he's been getting a lot of comments on the
How he
beard
looked
lately.
at the camera like he was all cute. Like, well, you know.
I mean, shit, dog. Sometimes
He's pretty
I'm
sharp.
cute.
Let's be honest. He's pretty cute.
Fuck, dog.
He's pretty damn cute.
Shit.
Yeah, I'll admit it.
That's why he gets all those DMs. And we're full circle. Here we are.
Yeah, we're back in there.
Well, I just pulled up some pictures of you at the Clippers game.
Yeah.
Because
I love going to the
you
Clipper
love going
game.
to the Clippers
Yeah,
game.
me and Adam and I go to the Clippers
Yeah,
game.
and I was
You know,
looking
we
at
have
this
a good
one,
time.
and Jesus.
Well, I was filming. I'm
It's
dying up
going
here
across
at the
your
time.
whole face.
Yeah, because I was filming. I'm dying up here at the time, and it was the 70s, and I had to have a huge mustache.
You're with a lot of big folks here.
Yeah.
I'm curious, what makes someone a Clippers fan? I'm
well,
not.
I'm
No
so-
offense. I got to learn because I'm not from LA.
I punch him in the face. I swear.
It's just interesting. All I heard was the Lakers growing
Yeah,
up.
but the Lakers to me were always too flashy. It was always too Hollywood. It was always too
Okay.
like, you know, people are fake. I felt like that. If
It's
you're
the same as the Mets in
You know?
New York.
Yeah.
There's Mets and there's fucking Jets fans. Like, can you believe that? There's actually people out there who still root for the fucking New York Jets. Like, these are fossils, dude, but they still exist.
Hey,
the
well,
Mets
I'm a
and the
fossil
Jets,
in this
dude.
room right now. I'm
Well, I
looking
mean,
around.
go Clippers, dude. You know, you never know, right?
Clippers are blue collar, but when we win the championship this year, you'll see.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Speaking of that, Clippers and the Jets both look really good this
Yeah.
year.
Whoa,
Wait, the Jets
Yeah,
look good?
Le'Veon Bell.
Oh, we'll see.
Oh, yeah,
if he can
baby.
stay. If he can
But
stay.
Michigan
he's-
State grad.
Once every 5 years, like,
was
you know who
Michigan
looks
State?
good? The Clippers and the Jets this year. It's crazy. And then the next year, people
Yeah.
are like, wow, they fucked that up.
That's when you
dude.
know an asteroid is
Royally.
like imminent. It's on its way. Like you gotta you
Really?
just pay attention to the signs.
Yo,
It's like,
I
damn.
saw a thing. There's a big asteroid headed towards Earth, I think in 10 years.
It was gonna. Yeah, it was one of my facts. Yeah,
Oh, you fucked up.
it was one of my facts, man.
we could,
But I had 4 today, so we can talk about
We'll
it.
put a pin in it.
Yeah, put a pin in it.
What do you want to just talk about right now?
we might as well.
Yeah, we could.
So we're gonna die.
Yeah, tell it.
Can we do facts right?
Well,
facts.
There we go. We're in
All right,
it.
let's go.
Are we gonna like shoot a rocket? What are we gonna do?
Yeah, how do we
well,
stop it?
That's what Elon Musk is trying to figure out. So Elon, I don't know if you guys saw this. Elon
Why is
Musk.
he in charge of everything all of a sudden?
He's great.
Well, he
love
tweeted.
Elon.
Did you guys see this? He tweeted nuke Mars. Did anybody see that?
I must have missed that.
Yeah, because isn't that for creating water and
yeah, I believe there's some
terraforming? You got
scientific
your
reason.
scientist guy over there. You got to get him.
Yeah,
in.
what's the reason to nuke Mars? This guy might be the first person to walk on Mars. I'm
Yeah.
not even kidding.
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Totally right. The idea is that it would provide greenhouse gases.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a big proposition for a big issue.
Wow.
Look at that rugged nerd.
You see
right?
how many? Do you see how many times?
Good looking
You just don't expect that. You would just go and he'd be like,
You see how many times he blinked when he said that? Is there a correlation between like intelligence and blinking?
Yes,
He
yes.
blinked like 40 times
Why do
during
you
that
think
30
Blink
second.
182 was so successful and intelligent?
Oh, really? Is that-
182 blinks. Didn't think about that.
Is that a fact?
No. Yes.
This guy's Mr. Like just
Yeah.
pulling nerd shit out of him.
He knows a lot, bro.
So yeah, Apophis is a 370 meter in diameter near Earth asteroid, first spotted in 2004, that could hit the Earth in 2029.
Oh no!
But don't worry, only a probability of well under 3%.
That's pretty high.
Yeah.
That's a little high for.
little high.
That's
Well
higher
under
Yeah,
3.
but you don't. Yeah, but think of the odds
that?
of when you don't use a condom. It's probably higher than that, and you still do it.
Well, that's not out. Wait, wear a condom?
I'm saying when you don't.
That's every single time. So there's no odds there.
But
It's
now,
not applicable.
now that he's sober, Mike has voiced to me he's using condoms now. So good.
Did you hear this? Did you hear this?
he's
I
really-
started using condoms because
wow.
yeah.
My
An
question.
asteroid is for sure on the way.
my question is this:
happening right now.
Clippers are good. The Jets are good. He's using condoms.
This is bad,
for the
dude.
hills.
Everybody get off Earth.
Start
ASAP.
buying beans. Start buying water.
Get some almond milk.
My dad has water jugs in his basement. Like he's got like 30 gallons of water.
But that's it,
He's
though.
had it there since I was about 5. I was
He's
like,
always ready for the
12.
zombie apocalypse to break out.
Oh yeah. But that's all. But that's all he's got. There's no bunker. There's no like fireworks.
Just a bunch of water.
It's interesting though. Elon's calling for us, to start to make an effort to create some form of defense, which probably makes sense. Like we're technologically advanced enough to create some form of grid to protect this planet. We're
My
not doing
question
that.
is this: 370 meter diameter
That's
asteroid.
pretty freaking big.
Not
dude.
really, bro.
Oh yeah,
Not in comparison to the Earth.
It doesn't have to be.
So tell me why. That's what I'm asking.
like
I'm sure you know why.
what was
Yeah.
the size of what was the size of the asteroid or that
wiped out the
dinosaurs?
I mean, that was like more like a mile,
But
2 miles at least.
but think about it in the grand scheme, a mile to 2 miles.
Would you mind coming over here and explaining this?
Yeah, but that's huge. What are you talking about?
No, but I'm saying in the grand scheme
That's
of
not
the
even
size of the
one time
world.
around a track. That's not even a quarter mile.
I know, but what I'm saying is like, but wouldn't like, okay, come over here. You want to get there? Yeah. But wouldn't the what is the ozone layer or whatever, like,
Burn it up.
burn it up,
more.
I mean,
depending on how fast it's going?
Get him close to the mic.
Wait, what's your name, first of all?
I'm Dylan, by the way.
Dylan.
State your
Dylan.
state your
Dylan,
credentials.
everybody.
State your credentials, Dylan.
At Dylan Dickstein.
No, not your socials. You God, why are you?
Yeah, why are we believing you right now?
So I'm a PhD student at UCLA in aerospace engineering, and I'm a prospective astronaut.
Yeah, he's worked at Kennedy Space Center, SpaceX. He's worked with Richard Branson.
he's
Right, this is the
Elon.
smartest,
dude-
this is the smartest dude in 100 miles.
He's literally in the running to be the first man on Mars.
Holy
I'm not
And I
even
guess
kidding.
my next question is, why are you in our garage? Right now? What the fuck is good?
These are my friends. All right? These are the types of people I hang out with.
Wait, he's got guilty pleasures
These are
too.
the types of people I hang out with.
Spencer and
I'd
I
love
were
to see
filming
his
a video.
DMs.
Yeah.
I'd love
So my
to see his
question is,
DMs.
why can an asteroid less than a quarter mile in diameter wipe out the entire Earth?
So the answer is extremely nerdy. I'm not sure how nerdy we want to get.
all the way,
dude.
all the
Let's
way,
get nerdy and
Yeah.
dirty.
all the way.
The equation for kinetic energy is 1/2 mv squared. The velocity is squared. And so what happens is they're all going super fast. And so that energy is super duper high. The mass is just linear.
Thanks for dumbing it down for us.
Is it?
Guys, it's super fast asteroid. It's hurtling towards the Earth.
Bad
And
news.
then all of us are like, okay.
What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Is it moving at 9.88 meters per second?
That's the rate of gravity, my guy. So no.
So it is or it's not?
Look at him trying to pull a number out to try
Well,
to like
he's
impress
saying no,
everybody.
but you're shaking your head yes.
I mean, it's going way faster. than
Holy
that, though.
shit, that's not good, dude.
Yeah,
that
these-
is not good.
These things are going
But okay, but so what? So what when it hits it's the size of a football field, like it's bigger, but then what?
I mean, this thing is going to try to enter our atmosphere, and it's going to start to erode. And so it's going to get a little bit smaller over time as it starts to burn up, as it enters our atmosphere super fast. But at some point, if it's massive enough, and that doesn't have to be that big, sometimes even like something a few inches wide can penetrate Earth's atmosphere. But something this big will likely, if it were to enter Earth's atmosphere, it would continue down to the Earth. And it would impact very, very fast.
Yeah, and then it's that impact that would cause the damage of tsunamis and the plates would move.
This is the closest thing to like interplanetary roulette I've ever heard. Like the Earth is spinning, the ball's getting dropped in. Where's it going to land? Is it going to land on 00?
And even going in the ocean wouldn't necessarily be a good thing either, right? Because
you're right about tsunamis, it's the dust particles though that will coat the Earth, and then you have an ice age.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Thanks for
2 decades from now, it's an ice age.
Yeah.
Good luck with all that water, Greg.
I know. He's like, thanks for telling
Hopefully
us.
that fucking works out.
Like,
for
thanks
you.
for telling us about our imminent death.
Yeah.
Next on Impulsive.
Thank you, bro. Man, yo,
We're
hey,
fucked,
I want
bro.
him to walk on Mars, though.
Yeah,
Hey, you deserve it.
Same. We got to blow him up, man.
Him and Joel, the
'Cause
podcast guy.
there's some really cool, like I'm not going to talk about it now, but there's some cool requirements that you have to actually, be in the running.
For sure.
Obviously.
Being on a famous podcast is one, so check that
Yep.
one off the list.
So he's knocking it off. But no, actually.
Good for you.
Actually,
Being popular.
in order to send someone to Mars, like they don't want just people who are competent to do that.
Gotta
They do want people
clout.
that can speak and,
And
he was good.
But he's going to colonize too, so he's got to be cute because there's going to be girl astronauts too, right?
Yeah.
He's going to have to impregnate people, right?
Yeah, you're going to have to plant your seed.
He got good genes.
Plant the
What if
flag in
there's
the
some
seed.
secret mission that they know this asteroid's going to hit the Earth, and they got to get like people like him to Mars
and the entire Boutine LA
To save-
and Ignite
to save-
Models team
you know what I
off
mean?
the Earth immediately.
to
Let me
save.
see. No, number one podcast on
Back to
Earth.
my mustache.
I want to die. I want to die on Mars. I tweeted this before. I want
think-
to die on Mars.
I think it's going to be possible.
I just don't want to die on Earth. Seems kind of boring.
He said we'll be there in the 30s.
What?
We'll be there in the 30s,
Oh wow.
the mid 30s.
Can you come back real quick? I just have another question. Okay, so I'm sure you know about the like the test simulation, the group of people that stayed in the dome in Hawaii and simulated.
be doing that actually.
Okay, so I talked to one of the girls that did it, one in the
the
first
DM?
group, in the DMs.
He said, "No, what's funny about
We
domes?"
sexted.
Logan's he going deep, man. He was like, "What's up, girl? Tell me about that dome." And speaking of dome, that's not how you did it.
It was smooth. But then after that, I was like, hey, like, when are we going to Mars? I asked her. She goes, that's one thing we learned actually in the dome. She goes, it doesn't look like we'll be making it to Mars in our lifetime. And she was my age. Is that not true?
I mean, I'm much more optimistic than that. Like, not only will we see it happen in our lifetimes, but I think 15 years from now, 2034 is what I'm calling.
There's hope. And he's going to do
But
it.
why would someone say that? Why would someone say that we can't go to Mars? What are the things that make it not possible?
Yeah. I mean, we were talking about this a little bit earlier, but radiation is a big issue. There are ways to solve this, though. If you live underground, for instance, like if you are able to dig tunnels on Mars, there's actually an effort right now for that. If you live behind a wall of water, also can protect you from radiation. What? Yeah. But the hardest parts also are bringing enough water and food and
Greg Paul.
And just use Greg's gallon, 25
He's got
gallon
so much fucking saved up, dude.
Your dad's like, I knew it.
He's like, I could get these jugs down in Atlantis right away. Get
So,
this
but
stuff set out.
is terraforming Mars like the goal before like just getting people there?
I mean, the first few missions will be pretty much just, can we do this? It's a
gotcha.
feasibility test of going there.
Oh.
And it's not a short mission either. Earth and Mars only align every 26 months. And so you have to do it.
How long is the mission? Isn't it 333 days?
It's 9 months to Mars, 9 months back. But in order to catch Earth and Mars when they're in closest proximity, it's actually 8 months of a stay. So the whole thing's 26 months.
That's like a trip to Long Beach in traffic. That's not a big fucking deal.
In LA, we're used to it, but
are you
not
serious?
every astronaut's from LA.
You don't take the 405 to Mars. Okay?
That's right. We need
I
to
think
invert-
that Elon Musk would say he might be able to. He's going to put one of those little rail systems.
Yeah,
in.
but then like, okay, so is the technology available? Like, do we have like a spaceship that can make it and like, keep recirculate air and have enough water in the ship and all that kind of stuff? Is that technology even available?
There are two architectures right now that are looking plausible for it. One is through SpaceX called Starship, and then there's another through NASA called SLS or Space Launch System, and both are prepared for this.
Who do you trust
Who's gonna
more?
get it? Yeah.
Who do you trust more, NASA or SpaceX?
I mean, trust is there with both. Honestly, it's really whoever can get
Such
there.
a diplomat. I love it.
Yeah, he's sharp.
I mean, I've worked for both, so.
I got you.
But honestly, either one is would be. I'd be glad to go on.
Wow. Incredible. Thank you, bro.
luck.
Thank you again.
Good luck. Yeah.
I had a funny-
I want to see this guy. Yeah. See this guy make it.
Yeah, it's for real. Seems dangerous.
Mysterious, right?
Seems dangerous.
Well,
man.
I was talking to him earlier because there was like this guy that was living in the space station and like his body changed because of it. He got really sick.
Oh yeah.
Remember that guy? He
Yes,
had a twin
yes.
and his whole body changed. And I was like, damn. So I don't think we're that close.
I saw him at the airport.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. Yeah, I saw him at the airport. One of the twins, bald guy.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
I was gonna say something to him because like that's the type of person that I like fanboy over. Who are the people who are like actually making a difference on the planet.
You're making a difference.
And no, I'm talking about like the heavy hitters, bro. Like dude's been to space. He chilled out in the ISS. Like
Hey, hold on. This is gonna fucking tweak you a little bit, but is he making more of a difference because he went to space, which by the way, where everybody's already been already by now? Or are you making more of a difference because you reach 10.5 billion people with your video content? Just something to think about. Something to think about.
Who knows? I don't know if it's.
He goes, who knows?
I don't know if it's a game of like who created more. I think it might be. You guys are both mavricks in your own path.
Yeah.
but I didn't say anything to him. I pussed out, bro, because I saw someone else go up
so
to
you
him.
legit fanboy.
Not so. I saw someone else go up to him and he wasn't very receptive.
Yeah, he's like, dude, I just got back from Earth.
bro.
Like,
My
I'm
body
about
is
to-
deteriorating.
And by the way, he was with his wife, who is a senator.
Can we get my mustache off the screen?
I love it, man. It's just incredible. It goes across your whole face.
I told you I was filming a 70s show and I had to have a big mustache.
you go
Look
with
up, I'm
Adam-
dying up here.
Guys, I got some more facts that are
Okay, yeah, all right, let's
that
get
are
back to the
pretty
facts.
important. I mean, that one's big, but The Matrix 4 is in the works with Keanu Reeves.
I believe
That
you.
is way bigger. That is way bigger. That is way bigger.
Wait. The first Matrix, brilliant. Genius movie. To me,
I need you to
me-
tread lightly here.
to me, one of the best movies, one of the most influential movies, Matrix.
Absolutely.
But 2 and 3, okay?
Look out!
2 and 3, like, what? You like 3?
2, fucking almost an equal classic to 1. 3, I hear you, but
You're-
like,
I literally
this.
cannot.
but
like
let's.
this
I
discussion.
cannot. No, you're killing me right now.
I think they were all important, dude. I think they were all important.
I'm not.
Dylan says no. Our producer says no.
He's just agreeing with the guests. He's being a.
You also, man, your movie selections.
I'm about to say, give me your top 10 movies.
It's actually known that the exact opposite. I'll give you my top 3.
Give me your
right
top
now.
3 movies of all time.
No Country for Old Men is probably in the top 3.
Okay.
A movie called by the name of Sicario that was with Benicio del Toro.
Okay.
And I'm trying to think of what I like a movie called Children of Men as well. Maybe not like I know you probably like Despicable Me, like shit like that.
I
like,
will stab you
all
with
right,
this pen.
well, what are your fucking top 3, Mr. Griffin?
Godfather, number 1.
All right, see, this is what I'm talking about.
I'm an
You're
old guy.
mainstream, dude.
I'm not mainstream. That's a brilliant
Of
movie.
course,
How
of
dare
course.
you?
It's classic.
How dare you?
I'll back off. It's a classic. Go ahead.
School of Rock.
Jack Black, dude. Unfucking real.
School of Rock. I can watch School of Rock. If you put School of Rock on right now, no matter where it is in the movie, I will sit and be laughing and enjoy myself. That is just one of the best movies.
I gotta
ever.
watch that.
Okay, you gotta watch that. Matrix. Love the Matrix. Okay. 10 Things I Hate About You.
I've been hearing a lot about
I
this
cannot
movie.
believe you pulled that out, dude.
You have
That's incredible. No, it's awesome.
First of all, I
movie.
have it's really all about genres. Like if I had to pick my, teen angst drama list, it actually goes 10 Things I Hate About You, Clueless, Mean Girls,
Yeah.
Legally Blonde, and then Not Another Scary Movie.
But not like,
yes.
but you're just not
yes.
throwing like kids in there and shit.
No,
right?
no,
Too
no,
depressing.
No, that guy's a pervert. The guy that makes those movies. He made that one. What's the one? Ken Burn. What's that? You know, one that's banned in the United States.
Do you mean not another teen movie?
Yeah, not another teen movie. Not another teen movie.
Do you want to know a fun fact?
Yeah, fun fact.
He was in it.
No, do you know the scene where the chick makes out with the older woman?
Yeah.
That was the same. The older woman was the same person that kissed David Dobrik in Airplane Mode.
Really?
And we've gone full circle, ladies and gentlemen.
Again.
Hey,
So do you think it's okay for old men to be hit? I'm just kidding.
Let me.
Don't
And
go
by the
there.
way, hey, can I say
Depends. If he's like,
Hey, well, look, I want to go back to the facts.
facts? Yeah.
yeah, give us some real facts.
Well, no,
Matrix.
just
Hollywood Reporter, dog. That's real.
Yeah, but how
Matrix
can
number
what,
Yeah, Warner Bros is going to be producing.
Dude,
it.
what are they gonna do with Keanu Reeves though? How's he gonna be like? You know, he has
Can
no
he
eyes.
be John Wick?
Did you guys see?
in the Matrix, or does he have to be?
Could be. Did you guys see? I wonder if they'll do this. Did you guys see Gemini Man with Will Smith? Did you see what they did to his face?
Love it. That whole like youth making people young. What
Yeah,
is it called?
I saw an
the
image.
the de-aging stuff.
I saw an image of it right there. The one. Yep. Boom. I saw this yesterday, and it's pretty wild.
Yeah, it's pretty.
He really did it. He
Even
really-
for
he really
I
did it
thought,
to
how do
Will.
you act that good with that rig on your
You just
face?
get used to it after a while, I guess. You just
Yeah.
like you're like whatever.
It's a great question.
But what is this gonna do? But this is very controversial though. This de-aging.
Why?
You know, well, because we're talking, you know, people are talking about like, you know, like they're going to do this for everyone. They're not giving other people chances, or I don't know, like, you know, like, you know, for actresses.
It is
and
kind
stuff
of
like that.
a big hack.
I think in this
they seem to
movie
be only
it
doing
fit.
it for men. Like I don't see, you know, are there women that have done this?
Ah.
Anybody know? There have been women that have been de-aged in movies?
Yes. Star Wars, Princess Leia.
Oh, nice.
Do you remember? She walked in at the very end in one of the recent Star Wars. She was way young.
There's an even.
What? Look, it happens.
Oh.
There's an even bigger scandal that's been being talked about on Twitter with people making people look like other people in videos because they're starting
Deep
to
fakes.
deep fakes.
I
Is that what it
love
is?
that. I've got
this
some
shit's
funny
crazy
ones.
because
People
like
said-
they're
I had
like
some funny ones.
this shit's gonna change the world. Like people are gonna be on camera killing people, and it's not really gonna be them on camera killing people. It's gonna be hacks, and it's gonna be Eric
gonna
out
get-
there
it's
just punching old men in the head because we know he wants to.
You'll probably be able to commit some serious crime and be like, "That wasn't me.
Yeah, that wasn't me.
That was a deep fake."
That's what I'm getting at.
Right.
It's
It
scary.
goes both
It's
ways.
bad.
No, but there's technology. I'm sure that there's enough technology to
Here's what-
actually see.
This one's crazy.
Yeah, this one is wild. This is where I hear what you're saying, but this video might disprove that.
At the beginning, before anything, you get together and you read through the script. And so it's like, you know, all these heavyweights, like, you know, Ben Stiller, Jack Black, Robert Downey Jr., everybody. And at the end is like me, like, you know, like, hey, just happy to be here, guys. You know, like, and some other supporting guys. And then Tom Cruise walks in.
Oh my god!
And even those
dude.
guys are like, whoa, and he's super stoked to be there.
Dude,
you know,
crazy.
Like, yeah, oh,
Bro, he turns into Tom
you know,
Cruise.
Like literally is Tom Cruise right now.
he's like, wow. So he comes over and he sits next to me, and I think he had been briefed on some of the supporting guys, but he was like trying to place me, you know? So he sat down next to me, he's like,
Oh my god, dude.
Like, you just can't tell.
I love your work.
You can't tell.
Dude, that's Tom Cruise as far as I'm concerned.
I've never seen a more perfect segue for something, a quick one in my entire life. This is what happened with Jake and Erica Costell at lunch. 100% what happened. That was not Jake Paul at that lunch. That was a deep fake.
So, all right, let's talk about this, Eric.
I cannot believe
I don't know how
this
much
shit,
you know
dude.
about this.
I
Okay.
don't know. I'm not in the know.
So my
Fill me in.
brother just got married. Congrats.
Oh, he did?
And
All right.
and a picture came out the other day, and it looked like someone was eating lunch with my brother's ex-girlfriend Erica Costell, and the whole internet was saying that it was Jake. But
They assumed that it was Jake.
again, are we sure?
It looks not. It
Are
looks
we
like him, but
sure?
it's a deep fake, bro.
It looks
So
like
this
Jake's
is-
just,
we-
he ate too much Chick-fil-A.
Like we know this is Erica, but I'm just when I zoom in here, this
Brother's
is
not that fat.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, bro, it looks like a deep fake.
Oh, they did. Look at his forehead up at the
It's
top
pixelated.
left.
That guy looks like
See how it's smudged right there?
Right here.
that, guy looks
Yep.
like, that looks like Jay Leno as a young Jay Leno.
That's what I'm saying. I think
Yeah.
it is Jay Leno.
And then there's another one, just I don't know if my brother.
Would tuck his shirt in like
Yeah, that's just not like him.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And by the way, shame on everybody that went on the internet and was talking shit to Jake, because it's like clearly
It's not.
him.
I mean, it doesn't. Again, I want to pose the
sucky
question.
part of fame, right?
Yeah, gotta sleep in the bed you make.
And Tana responded. She said, "LeMayo would have."
Lamau.
I think it's like a dog call. Like
Yeah, I just wanted to clear the air a little bit because it just,
I think there's a lot of people out there still talking about it, and I think it's important that we make them.
Well, here's the thing. Let me ask you this: Is your brother and his wife, they good, right?
Yeah, it's the love story of the 20th century.
So it's like, this is just what's going to happen. It's always going to happen. Like, this is the world we live in now, and you guys are, you're the kind of people that are in the public eye. You're on the cutting edge of like, this kind of technology and like always being out there on social media. And it's just like, this is part of it. And so if you're going to date anybody, they got to have a strong will. They have to know that you guys are good. And then as long as they're good, who cares what any of these people are saying?
True.
Yeah.
Who cares? Because if it seeps into their relationship at all,
The only thing is this, LeMayo makes me think that they're not good.
Oh, is that what you got? I've seen me like she was laughing with the whole LeMayo.
Oh.
yeah, that looks like a
And a
laughing
smiley
my
face.
ass off.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And also, it's good to know that she supports the Welsh Terrier Foundation, because I'm a huge fan as well of the WTF.
They're great.
Great people.
Yeah.
Great people, Welsh Terrier Foundation.
Hey, what if
I'm sorry. We have a Welsh in the family.
That explains a lot.
I'm of Welsh descent.
I can see it.
40%. I'm from Wales. My ancestors are from Wales.
That makes sense.
What can you tell us about Hollywood? What's one thing you've learned that you think is a good piece of advice for those aspiring to sell their soul to entertainment?
Oh, this question for me? Well, I just think that if that's really your dream, I think you should like focus on it and follow your dream. And,
What happens if you?
Can you cut this shit? Is that your real answer?
What happens if you suck? I know.
no, but this is the
we
thing.
all know there's people who are like, I'm gonna be a professional bodybuilder, and they're like, I just don't got it in them, like Twigs type.
But here's the thing. So it's rare that you find someone who has the if you're there's two kinds of people. You got people that like have the drive.
Yep.
But they don't have the talent, but they got the drive. But see, that kind of person is going to realize at a certain point, I can't do this. So there's a lot of people that talk about doing stuff. My problem in LA is so many people think trying to do something is the same as actually doing something.
Yeah.
So those people, I'm not worried about those people because they're going to be floundering around and but the people that are really going to get focused and they're going to chase their dream, take that shot. If you fail at it in the process of trying to achieve that goal, you will find the best of yourself and you're going to pivot into something else that you're going to find and you're going to be successful because those kind of people, they just shine.
Yep.
You know?
I like that. I'll take that.
my real answer, bro.
I'm the exact opposite on that front. I have the juice, but no drive. I just like hanging out by the pool.
Yeah, but you know what?
I like girls.
I would say a lot of that.
True.
I would say.
I mean, I forced myself, but I like lazy rivers, dude.
But I'm saying I think that right now, what you're going through from the beginning of the podcast is your life's about to change. You just said earlier, you both were talking about that you're more productive. You have more drive. You have more. So this is like a new way of even looking at the world right now that you both are going to experience as you stay sober, as you start eating healthy, as you start making different choices about how you talk to people. And next thing you know, you guys are like, you're going to be like, you know what? I actually want to start that, carpentry business that I was always thinking about when I was a kid.
I have always wanted to be a carpenter.
I've wanted to make bowls out of wood.
No, you know what I really want. Really?
Yeah, you didn't know that? Oh, a woodworker.
Yeah.
But then you're going to have a little wood station
My
over there.
granddaddy's granddaddy did it. His
We're going to get
granddaddy
Brad
did it.
the fuck out of here.
Is
and
that real?
Sorry, Brad. We're gonna transform your workstation.
That's
to
gonna
a-
be the woodworking area. All I'm saying is like whatever, like your life's changing right now. So I just feel like you should ride that wave of like productivity and positivity.
I was
energy.
lying. He's right. I work all day every
Exactly.
day. I'm just kidding, dude.
But even still, though, what I'm saying is this is the hard part: is people that do have drive, but they've made some bad choices with drugs and alcohol.
Yep.
They still think, but I can still do it. Look what I've done. All I'm saying is, imagine what you could do now.
Yeah. That's a big one. That's a big fact.
I've every time I go sober, I never ever regret being sober. There might be times where like I'll be out and I'll be like, man, like I could use a drink so I could dance a little harder, but I never ever am like, man, I wish I wasn't sober, man. That was a bad decision. But 90% of the time that I drink,
yeah.
I'm like, wow, I regret all of that.
Yeah.
Everything I did was stupid.
I like people always say like, oh, you can't be sober in the club. It's just so boring. So I have to drink. It's like, no, the reason why it's boring is because you're not supposed to be there. When you're sober, you realize you're not supposed to be there.
He was dancing the other night. He was getting his groove on.
Yeah, exactly.
Bro.
There's a way to embrace
Sometimes,
it.
down,
yes.
shades on. I was, for like 30 minutes straight. Some girl comes up to me. She's like, I can't believe you're sober right now. I was like, honestly, me either. I'm having a good ass time.
Well, then you just realize like, shit, I can't really dance.
Yeah. I was like, I can't even dance.
I think on a real note though, you're there having fun and they're suppressing something to some degree.
100%.
There's two different ways that you can go out and party. You can legit party or you can suppress shit.
That's not always bad though, because I'd bet that suppression, bro, is honestly just boredom. Like people are just bored. They have nothing else to do.
But they don't know how to. They don't know how to express that boredom. That's the thing. Boredom is really, really, really good.
Yeah.
And it's where creativity is
We've
sparked.
talked about this.
So a lot of
Invention.
people, what they do is they're bored, so they go drink. They go do something that's
or also
not
just to
blossoming
stop,
their
not to cut
creativity.
you off, but I'm just because I want to jump in. What you just add on to that is like. Some people take drugs because they don't have coping mechanisms. You know,
Yeah.
they don't know how to cope with some of the things that are going on in their life.
Social anxiety is the key driver.
Anxiety
That's
and all
the
this
key
kind of stuff. So they
fucking
go,
driver.
so they make that choice. It's not because like I think everything in moderation is fine. Like if you're a person that like you go, I'm out with my friends, we're gonna have a couple, and we're in a safe environment, and then we're gonna do that. That's fine. But when it comes to thing where it's like I need this to do such and such, well then that's when it's a problem.
Yeah.
You know these people like we go to the club.
I'm about to get let's pregame.
We got to pre.
Yeah.
When it's like that, then it's like okay, is that really? You
Yo,
know?
that's why Ibiza was so dangerous. And like literally, I think I flushed it all out of my system is because like you can't go to a club in Ibiza sober. It's just like it doesn't exist. Like Ibiza is
They throw
the
tomatoes
party
at you.
city of the world. They throw tomatoes at you as soon as they find out you're
you have to
sober.
have a breathalyzer to go in the club.
Yeah.
Get your sober ass out of here.
The topic for me is an interesting one. I think a lot of people, if you're drinking and you have a really, really good time when you drink and you go out and you party and it's in moderation, I'm all for that. The thing with me is I think a lot of people do drink out of a desire to kill that social anxiety so that they can get out there, have a conversation, whatever. I think people like Logan, awesome sober, awesome, like he's awesome both ways. Me, this is me normally. This is me sober, outgoing, talkative. Like I want to talk, jive, be funny, all that shit. When I drink, I actually shell up and I become less funny, less talkative, less me. Like I'm very like, it numbs me very much. And also nubs my penis quite a bit, which is not
and
great.
we're back.
But yeah, dude, this sober run's been great already, dude. It's been a week and I feel great. I know he's feeling fucking good.
No, but I just think the problem is we always think that like people, because I don't drink. I never have. I just not my thing.
Yo, that's been a lot of people on this
You've
show.
never drank?
No. I've like the first time I like, okay, I went on vacation with my buddy and I said, okay, I'll try a few drinks because, let me live a little, right?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. So like on the plane over, I had a little champagne and I was like, ugh, okay, this is, whatever.
Tastes like socks.
Yeah, I was like, whatever. I had like a banana colada and I was like, this alcohol just ruined this really nice shake. You know what I mean? And then I was like, this was a delicious shake that tastes like medicine. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Okay, and then I had like, I'm at the bar, I was in the Cook Islands and I'm at the bar and they had like, oh, today's special drink. And I was like, okay, I'll try the special drink. Fuck it, right? I had like an inch of it. And I was like, woo! I was like, what is happening? I was like, I don't like this. And that was it. I tried it and that was done. And that was like, I'm talking about that's in my recent adult life.
What about other activities?
No, and I just actually recently started doing like a little weed with CBD, like the 1-3
combo,
1-4 combo, because I just because my brain doesn't turn off when I get back from the club and I'm like, oh, I want to talk about jokes and then so just to like relax and inflammation and all that kind of stuff. It's fine. You know what? It's funny that I didn't realize I was a little high till the other day. I was on this other podcast and I was driving over. It was early, it was in the morning and I was puffing on the thing a few times. It's like a 1-4,
4-1.
4-1, whatever. You get what I'm saying.
Yep, of course.
4-1. And when I got there, I was sitting there and the lady goes, hey, are you okay? And I was like, oh shit. It was the first time I was like, oh man, you know what? I can't, I gotta be careful, You know, because that shit is like a mixed drink.
Did you think about going up to like 30 to 1, 18 to 1, something like?
No,
that's
I
less.
have those. Okay. Yeah, I have all of them. You know, because I get but it's like I was thinking like this don't even affect me. You know what I mean? So I said, let me go up to 1 through 1 4 4.
You find yourself walking into like a McDonald's dressed as a chicken. You're like, I know, I feel fine, dude. You're like, no. But that was the first time.
Changed. I think that was the first time I was like, oh, I'm legit high. The only other time I've ever been high is like my friend gave me. I said, I have a headache, and they gave me prescription migraine medication.
Oh, shit.
And I was loopy. I was like curling my hair, and I was like, whoa. You know, it's only, and that was like when I was in my 20s. You know what I mean? So
is the like never taking a sip of alcohol or like the sober lifestyle, is that typical for comedians? Because I know Chris Stilley is the same way. Theo came on for a second.
No, it's not. It's not. It's just
the opposite. Right?
It's all about people's choices. No, it's not, because like you're around alcohol all the time. I know a lot of comics that drink too much.
Well, Robin Williams, Chris Farley, Carlin, like
it's just an environment of like drugs and alcohol and that kind of stuff. So I just made a choice. It was like I remember in 1999 that going into that, it was like, the Y2K. All right.
Yeah.
I was at a New Year's Eve party, and people were just crazy. And I made the choice then. I was like, oh, I hadn't drank since to that point, and once I saw how everybody was, and I'm taking care of a baby, and my friends like vomiting in the bathtub, and I was like, that's it. Nope, not gonna be me. I don't want it, because I don't get it. I don't get why you would drink and you can't remember what happened. Like, why is that fun? Can you tell me? That's my question to you.
I'll tell you why.
I don't get it.
I'll tell you why. Me personally, I love a good challenge. And when I'm drinking, challenge. When I'm drinking, it's like I have to work hard to act normal, and I like that. Like I'll be 9 out of 10 drunk. You won't even know. Sometimes 10 out of 10 Lloyd comes out, you'll know. But I could be just obliterated. You'd have no idea, because like that challenge for me to try to act like I'm sober and have conversations and be normal Logan without embarrassing myself.
It'd be the weirdest reason to drink I've ever heard.
That's one. That's one. Also.
Did you see Wolf of Wall Street?
It's like fun to be out of control, like, and be a little reckless.
Did you see Wolf of Wall Street?
Yeah, we had him on the show.
Yeah.
Okay, so remember at the end, in his mind, he thinks he drove the car.
Yes.
That's you. I think that
when Lloyd comes out,
I think that you think that you're like the same, but I bet you, like, if you videotape like yourself and you watch it, you'll be like, I didn't know that I did that or said this or acted a certain way.
You might be right.
But there are people that are what is it called? Functional alcoholics.
Yeah.
there's functional alcoholics.
That's
but no, you're not, because that's alcoholics. I'm not saying you're an alcoholic. Not functional. You're a functional drinker.
I'm talking. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like it.
Do you see the movie The Gambler with Mark Wahlberg?
Yes.
So there's a part where is it John Goodman, right? He says, because Wahlberg's always getting drunk in the movie, and Goodman says, I got drunk one time in high school. I pissed myself. I never fucking got drunk ever again.
Yeah.
So you seem like one of those people that's just like, yo, like I got fucked up one time. I didn't like it.
No,
and
it wasn't
that.
I actually wasn't even me getting fucked. It was just seeing people fucked up. And I was like, I was just like, I just didn't get it. It's like people that like the next day, they're, oh my God, I can't even, And I was like, you don't remember what happened last night? Especially and for me too, especially when I see girls like that.
It's the most
like,
annoying
I
shit
just
ever.
like, oh my God.
Yeah, being sober and seeing drunk people is
it's a lot.
It's a wake up call.
But
it's a wake up call for sure. You're just like, yo, what the fuck are you doing?
But here's something I had to learn though. I had to learn this, and I had learned it hard way when I was really young. It was like, you don't want to be the guy that's like, oh, you're drinking?
No, of course not.
Weed?
No.
You don't want to be that guy, because then people are like, they don't go, you know what? He's right. Let's not drink. You know what they do? They go, I don't want to hang out with that guy.
Yeah.
So it was like, so I learned, I know how to be around, but a lot of times though, I don't want to be around. If I'm, let's say I'm at a bar after a show or something like that, and it's people, once I see people starting to get a certain way, I got to leave because I'm the sober one. I don't want to be responsible. I don't want to hear like later, like, why you let that happen? Or, that
you were
like,
sober, bro.
Yeah,
you couldn't stop him from punching that old man.
Right, exactly.
What's wrong with you, dude?
That's the thing. So I'm like, oh, this is getting out of hand. So I'm out, but I'll still have fun. I'll be okay. I'll buy some rounds. I'll be like, all right, but after that, I'm like, all right, I'm out.
Yeah.
You're fucking daddy, bro. You're buying rounds, not drinking them. That's
Yeah,
dope.
you are kind of daddy, bro.
I know. I was so tired of being designated driver when I was younger. Too. I don't know if people liked me or if they wanted me to be designated driver. You get that call. Yo, Eric, what you doing, man? You still got that Tahoe?
The 4-seater, yeah.
You got PayPal?
Yeah. Can you pick us up? You know what I mean? So,
All right, yo, I want to go to the audio only. Is that cool? I mean, I'm gonna do it anyways, regardless of your answer. But all right.
yeah. What do you? I don't know. What you
I
mean.
don't know. It's like this, but it's audio.
There's no
only.
faces.
On Spotify and iTunes.
Oh, okay. So,
No, we show your body, just not your head.
oh God, don't do that.
hey, thank you for coming on Impaulsive, bro. It's the #1 podcast in the world. Where can they find you on Instagram?
You can find me at Erik Griffin with a K, Erik Griffin, Griffin. I have my own podcast.
Let's go.
Riffin with Griffin.
There we go.
like that.
I'm gonna be on it.
He's
By the
gonna
way,
be on it.
I'm coming. I'm coming on it.
He just said I have to get to like 100,000 before
right.
he would even look at me.
That's right. You're not, I don't even think you're not even there yet. I'm looking right now. You're at 90.9K.
Oh, you're
I'm
close.
working on it.
I'm coming.
Oh, that's just Instagram though. You know what I mean? So.
Oh, you got the
I'm
Twitter.
talking about
too.
my.
Yo, go follow Erik Griffin on Instagram. Get him to 100K and we'll send you a pair of shorts.
Yeah, give me yeah, what he said, you know. But anyways, thanks for having me on. I appreciate
Of course,
it.
brother. Thank you guys for listening. I'm sorry. Were you going to say anything else? Thank you guys for listening to Impaulsive, the #1 podcast in the world. Hit that subscribe button. We'll see you next time. Peace.
Oh, I would rather take the date rape drug than listen to your stand-up. Whoa. Now, I had a tweet ready to go that was, then you're perfectly ready to go fuck yourself.
Oh my God. That's fucking wow. That's epic.
But I didn't send it because I was like, I was trying to be nice, like, hey, obviously we don't, you know.
Yeah.
But then it didn't matter because she wanted to be upset.
For
so
sure.
what I'm saying is like, you're still gonna get that. There's people that want to be mad at you. They want to be like, they want to see what you say and do. And they want to look back on your tweets and be like, I can't believe you said this.